morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everyone doing so far?
Good.
There we go. We'll take it. It is early. No one's had coffee yet, but as I said, I don't think we've counted a single cloud in the sky today, so we have an absolutely stunning day as we make our way from the beautiful mountain town of Banff into the beautiful interior town of Kamloops this evening, and then again on into Vancouver tomorrow afternoon. Before we begin our journey, I would love to introduce the team that's going to be taking care of you today and tomorrow. First, depending on how you're looking at it, the front or the back, there's the wonderful Brian. Give her a warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And behind Brian is the wonderful Michelle. Some scenes, and downstairs in the dining room will be Brian and Michelle taking care of all those culinary delights. But before we begin our journey, I would like to go over a few of our safety announcements, so if I could have your attention, that would be greatly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our journey this morning, I'd like to review a few of our safety features with you. In the unlikely event of emergency, please remain calm, stay seated, and follow directions of your onboard team. There's safety equipment on board, which include fire extinguishers, ladders, and first aid kits. Your onboard crew are trained in first aid and emergency procedures. In the event of emergency, please follow our instructions. The upper level and emergency exit windows, and 4 in the dining room below. These exits are identified with window decals and red handles. Please note that the elevator is not to be used for emergencies. For your reference to the safety card located in the seat pocket in front of you, we ask that you review the card and become familiar with the emergency exits and emergency locations. When outside in the vestibule, the open air space that we boarded on this morning, please do not lean over the rent maker. Sometimes you get off there and you kind of miss your step, you fall into the lap beside you, and you make a wonderful new friend. As far as washrooms go, we do have washrooms on board the train. There's 2 washrooms just at the bottom of the spiral staircase that we went to board this morning. They're unisex washrooms, so feel free to use either or. There's 2 buttons in that washroom though. There's a red button and a green button. The green button will be for flushing. The red button is in case you ever need any assistance whatsoever. Feel free to press that button. If we get silently notified, if you accidentally press it, just feel free to press it again, and we'll leave 2 days because we'll find that these table trays are quite slippery and we hate to see any of those drinks fall on your lap. So if you don't mind bringing down that table trays, Michelle's going to come through right before we hand out our Sunshine Morning Toast. And we do ask that you save one final sip just in that glass just so we can have a moderation toast together and celebrate today's events. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you on board. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the beautiful views. And we know there's obviously the morning time, we like to see a little bit more sights and scenery, and we see a little bit more wildlife. The temperatures are a little cooler. So when we make our way out of Banff this morning, I like to make mention that we are all connected on radio, and we're connected to the head end crew and the conductors and engineers. And if they see anything on their journey, they're going to call it into the radio. And sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 seconds to get this mic on and corresponding to my voice. So sometimes if I start yelling something on the left or the right hand side, it's not to alarm you or scare you at all. It's more or less just to give you a fair warning to get a wonderful shot of a bear or something on the left, the right or left hand side. But on that note as well, there is the chance that you are the first sight as well to see that. So if you do see anything out there, feel free to yell it out because everyone else will love to get an opportunity to see it as well. Your first river of the day, the Bow River, showcasing absolutely stunning aquamarine color here due to a substance known as rock flour. And what rock flour is, essentially, if you imagine when glaciers were making their way throughout these particular regions, they would act as like a cheese grater and grind these stones down to a very silt-like substance, almost the same consistency as baking soda. And what it's doing is it's incorporated into the water. It's not heavy enough to sink all the way to the bottom or light enough to float on the very top. It's right in your eyes, showcasing the absolutely stunning color that we know the Rockies to have.
Morning.
Morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, welcome on board the Rocky Mountaineer, the most spectacular train trip in the world. I know you've met your team here with Eric and Brian and Lisa and Michelle taking care of you. The train manager is Janice Bondi and Barry Crawford. Janice will come through to say hello. Janice, 17 years now. So I love my job. Love the beautiful office view here. Very interesting fact. Michelle and I started the same day, 17 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a.
We're besties.
Yes, you'll find out. Michelle and I are best friends on the train. And then we have our chefs. So round of applause for the chefs. Yes. Working hard for the next 2 days. So we have Chef Sham, Chef Jim, and Chef Cass. You get a chance over the next 2 days, poke your head in the kitchen, say hello. They've got a tiny galley with no windows and hot ovens and ignition. Cheers the person you're with and the person across the aisle. New friends, new adventure.
Yeah.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers, 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 cheers. Happy holidays,
Yeah.
Rocky Mountaineer.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to go next door and say hello. The crew then comes through and will get you ready for breakfast. In fact, you get to eat today. We're going to come through and trolley upstairs. So upstairs you get a fresh baked pastry and a tea trolley upstairs. And then tomorrow they shall reverse the order tomorrow. So if you're second seating today, you'll be first seating tomorrow. And fair is fair. Everyone gets a chance to do.